All right, guys, here we are to talk about iZombie Season 3, Episode 5.
My God, Stefan.
Yeah.
I forget this episode. When did I watch this? Was it a day ago?
So this episode,
It's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
so
Don't worry,
it
kids.
opened, and this made me think of something that I haven't thought of in a little while about the zombies in
Oh, me
general.
too.
Why does no one ever turn into rage mode zombie anymore?
We talked about that 1 or 2 episodes ago because they sold it like we have the Supermax to juice us up, we have this, we have that, and like there was no mention of like we are also fucking superheroes and could just eat the brains of ninja masters whenever we want. Like there's nothing like that. They just cut to this like
But
energy drink
even
thing.
even if you don't count the elite warriors that are in Major's fucking battalion or whatever, why does Liv not ever do it anymore? She never gets angry.
Because
never gets anything, nothing.
Because the show has decided we don't do that anymore. The show has
I thought that was a great
the
part
show
of the
has
show
evolved
that
into
they've
this
just
fucking
deleted.
thing. I know.
Anyway, there's 3 of them on a mission to get to a roof for some reason.
Yeah, get to the roof.
They don't tell you what, like, there's hostages, which is what
they're
they've been
kids.
training for forever. The first guy dies, like, immediately. And, like, they're not even like, oh, like, why are they wearing helmets that you can die through?
I thought it was like a drill the way Major reacted. I thought it was like a video.
There was no
He
reaction.
reacted like it was like a video game thing, and he had been like hit or something.
And then he starts, like, perfect free running and, like, just flies up the fucking
because he
building.
drank the energy drink.
I understand.
The energy drink turns Major into a free runner. That's one of the few things that has been established in the canon of this show.
He looked like a cat at certain points of this, where I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, there was a real person doing that.
I know, but
it just wasn't
Major is not that person.
No, I know.
Regardless, he gets up there.
Like my favorite free running move is like the jumping, but then like halfway through you just tap your hands on the thing to like do the thing, and he did one of those, and I was like, got it.
I do love that like a guy comes up behind him, stabs him like 12 times in his abdomen, and then that guy dies, of course. But I was like, that's gonna like in my head, I triggered right there. I'm like, that's gonna weigh in because now he's gonna need to take the pill, but he won't be able to heal because he's been stabbed, blah blah blah. So like. It'll be like, oh, it'll cause some issues. And they kind of did that, but they could have played it up a lot better. Where, like, he should have started coughing a lot toward the end where it's like, he's not going to make it. But if he heals right now, if he takes the pill right now, he's not going to die.
I didn't even think about any of that fucking stuff because we still didn't even establish that they even do really heal. I think last time we talked, we like went back and forth like, does Liv still have that fucking bullet hole in her leg? I guess they heal.
Yeah.
They don't show that. What about this? Well, how come his eye didn't grow back? I don't fucking know. The show has no rules. Whatever.
Did he lose the eye before he turned into a zombie?
I have no idea, man.
I forget.
I'm pretty sure he got like shot in the head while a zombie. I don't know though.
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know who's right. I know that the creators of this show are wrong.
Eye patches look cool or something. I don't know. You can't heal like an organ. I don't know. It's retarded thing.
We don't really know the rules, and that's why. So like, this is fine now because it kind of like I wrote down they do heal, and I underlined do. But then it's like, well, can you just eat extra brains to heal faster? What drives the healing? Why is there
rub blood on it?
Why is your flesh like decayed? Extra when they autopsy you if you're healing all the time?
Because there's plot holes running rampant throughout the whole show.
I think that's a cop-out. I think we have to find a way for it to make sense in universe.
Can't.
I agree.
I thought that like this thing with the brain that was soaking in the blue, I was like, Jesus Christ. 20-second long visions of idiocy. I love that the news guy came back. I think he's great. He's been in 3 episodes now.
So I wrote down Johnny Storm, and then like proceeded to go through the next 10 minutes before they actually said his name. I was like, oh yeah, it's Frost. Still good. Okay, Johnny Frost.
You're thinking of Fantastic Four.
Well, as I wrote down, like, isn't that the same name? And I'm like, no, he's Johnny Blaze. And I'm like, wait, no, Sue Storm, and no, that doesn't make sense. Well, I guess, I should have noticed this earlier if that's his name. What else could it be, though? And
in that thinking, you missed whole sections of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, to take a step back, then I was so pissed that the blue brain, the like toilet water brain, she just says in like 5 seconds later, "Ooh, that Ravi's serum-soaked brain, gave me better visions or whatever." Like as she was eating it, it was like still blue. So I was like, oh, like they're making a like point of this, so that's going to do something. I can't wait for them to figure out like what it would do or not. And then fucking she immediately says it. It's such a wasted opportunity. She could have been like, holy shit, these visions are crazy. And then they could have had to have been like, for like the benefit of the audience, be like, wait a minute, Liv, like that brain was soaking in here. This can come up again later because of fucking whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
but
I do think it's humorous that she just starts staring at people for like 20 seconds while she's having the visions.
While she is a like tough, composed, like trying to get one over on people personality, I liked that. But I hate that they wasted the opportunity because it's free. You just like structure it differently and have her realize, wait, you're right. These visions are different. I haven't had them in a few episodes because the show forgot that I could do that. Yep. But you're right. These are very, these are extra long and hot, and it's great or whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah. Oh God. A lot of it though, like I feel like they've like we run out of ideas. What can we do?
I don't know if you noticed this. But they didn't even hire an actress to play the dominatrix in like any way. I think during the visions, the voice was Liv's voice, and you never actually see the dominatrix or even like a picture of her. I think.
Oh, I thought it was. I pictured like an Asian voice.
I think that it's her voice.
Maybe.
I thought it was her voice, and because I remember being like, wait a minute, that's just her talking, and then I'm like, wait a minute, we've never seen this, this woman. Wait a minute.
Well, yeah, because she was a brain already when it started.
I know, but like they never hired an actress even for like flashbacks or pictures, or there's just no person here. They just didn't have a person.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that anyway.
Oh, it's so.
Yeah, this was like a run-of-the-mill episode. Like,
yeah, this is like a standard. The basic parts of this are standard.
And like forgettable. If you ask me right now who was the killer, I'm like, I don't even remember.
Who's that guy?
Which one?
Okay. That's another.
Oh, the one that just like yeah. I remember
that's
now.
Another
he
problem.
He just goes, yeah, it was me. I'll sign your shit, whatever.
That's another problem with the episode though, because unless I blacked out or was thinking about Fantastic Four, like they never come back to him after that, right? He just says, well, it doesn't, what does it matter why I did it? Let me sign your shit, right? He just does that.
Yeah.
And like that's different. That should matter. But maybe next episode, maybe in the future. Yes, yeah.
Maybe. It just felt like. I hate when it's like, okay, we have a person that does these personalities. Let's just what funny weird things can we do with that personality? There's a lot of just normal things you could do that would be just fine. Picture like any episode of Law and Order. Make one of the people die and you ate their brain, and now do that episode. You can have a good simple show. You don't need these things that are like, oh, weird, like, oh, I'm playing with your emotions. Look, I'm a little girl now. Oh, I'm a dominatrix. Oh, I'm like a Zen Buddhist idiot. You could do so much that's good. Why do it bad? Because think about how popular these crime shows are.
Make it yeah.
Like, you have NCIS, CSI, all these shits that run for fucking ever because people like that shit. You could make that with a twist of sci-fi, have a zombie involved. It could be wonderful. You can get two birds with one stone, but you choose to just like spit in the audience's face and give these like horrible cases.
Well, I would say have fun if you want, but then make it more like Psych, but with like a love subplot. So you bring in both genders of like young people to watch it, and it sort of writes itself at that point. Because like
let Ravi be Ravi again.
Yeah, let Ravi be Ravi, and have the different personalities. Like, oh well, this like thing's coming up, but now she's like this, and she won't be good at doing the thing to do the thing. And Major's like, you let me down again, and it's like, oh, like dumb, like drama, like this, like low roar.
If you're gonna do things with personalities. At least be saving the brains, like we've been talking about forever, where you could be like, all right, let me take a bite of this, take a bite of that brain. Okay, I need to know this. All right, good. Yeah.
With the level to which they're running out of ideas, I'm really shocked that hasn't come into play or something like that.
You'd think.
Because that's a good way of like, especially for like finales and like high points during the season. Because
that's like what Doctor Who would do. It would be like the end. It'd be like, how are we gonna get there? I have pilot brain.
No, you would.
Knows the security code, takes a plane, flies.
Well, and she would like fake / haven't has not eaten the brain yet to like get to a certain point and then be like, surprise, I know kung fu now or whatever the fuck. Yeah. It'd be this weird turn of a thing, and as the audience, you'd be like, oh shit, she like pocketed some brain. Oh, that's so smart, and like that's never happened. Nothing close to that has ever happened.
Had some brain jerky in her sock or something.
Yeah, it's always just been like, well, luckily you had to go fight some dudes with guns after samurai ninja brain or something. Yeah, I'm making myself sad thinking about this.
No, it's not as good as like the show is never great, but the show was decent for a little while, and those episodes are few and far between. I like the characters a little bit, like I'm invested enough, but
yeah, we're pot committed now.
And now we're gonna have a whole annoyance of Major having no memory soon, and that's gonna be a whole nother fucking can of worms.
Do you want to talk about that like entire thing?
Sure.
So Major's coughing. We talked about the wounds and the healing and the things and all that stuff. So, like, he gets dragged off to the morgue. They, like, address some of those things, because his, like, fellow mercenaries are like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? And it's this thing, like, okay, good, because that's an obvious thing you should say.
And now he's just never going to come back, because he's not a zombie anymore.
It's so weird.
Like, what does that mean?
And who's paying who to do this? Is this a thing? Don't they want, like, he knows all this stuff now. He can't just disappear. It'll be fine, apparently, though, because Liv knows the chick in the blazer.
He's a human. He knows things.
I know, but it's this, like, fucking... he doesn't have his memory. He doesn't know not to tell anybody. So it turns into, like, a love thing. It turns into, like, a smooching, kissing,
Which
talking.
I was taken aback a little bit by this, because I was like, where are they right now in life space?
Where are they at?
Because I'm like, I didn't think they were together, but maybe they are, and I just forgot.
I thought it was a neat... Well, they were together, and then they became not together, and I kind of forget why, right? But they're definitely not literally together, as far as I know.
But they were one last time, at least.
I thought this was a stark contrast, if you want to highlight the show ever doing anything good or right, to Peyton and Blaine, where they had the same scenario where tomorrow I may not remember us or you or this. I might become a whole different person. You may not like that person, so it's not right for us to smash. Whereas Liv and Major were like, it's on.
Well, the difference there being that Liv will love, whatever, the unmemory version and the memory version, while that's two different people dramatically.
Yeah, but when you lose your memory, you might end up being a whole different third person after you relive your life and get exposed to stuff or whatever the fuck.
Well, yes, but that's another reason why to do it. The problem is reversed. Major's going to lose his memory, but Blaine was going to get his back. Blaine was going to literally become the horrible person.
Yeah, Blaine, you know what you like pretty much know what you're gonna get. Major, you're rolling the dice though, and it's equally to in my mind, like the idea was the uncertainty of tomorrow and how it's not right to get more invested right now. We should actually just wait, see what's going on, all that stuff.
Nah, I see going for it.
I would have gone for it too, but it's like dramatically inconsistent, and it makes interesting. It's like an interesting thing to highlight these different relationships and different characters. Nothing will come of this, I'm sure, but whatever.
I don't like where this is all going, because I don't like the whole like bullshit things like it's like adding the cousin or the new character.
It reminds
to a
me
show.
of Heroes, where it's like you lost your powers, you have your powers back, you lost your memory, you are your twin or something, or you're not even your twin, you're just someone who looks like you, like all these like dumb things, or you're like, what is going on in this show now?
So do you think shortly after we have this memory loss that he's gonna start gaining his memory back, and by him I mean Blaine?
Yeah. So
if he's not already started.
Right, so I made a note all the way at the end. No Blaine, no Peyton, no Blaine's dad. Because, like, at the end of the episode, I like to think about, like, who was fucking completely left out. Because sometimes you're like, wait, what?
Next episode must be big with Blaine. And,
I hate when shows do that, though, but yes. Right, I would hope. So, like, this would have been a great episode to fucking hint at the fact that he's getting his memory back and he's hiding it, or that he's getting his memory back and he doesn't really notice it or whatever the fuck yet.
No, but I can understand not revealing that yet, because by not revealing that yet, you still have a tension of Major will not get his memory back.
I wouldn't reveal it in, like, a super ham-fisted, awful way.
But maybe make it like, hey, wait, did he just...
Yeah, I would be very subtle so that in, like, retrospect you would realize that he had his memory back or whatever. And then you would know that he's not telling them or whatever the fucking shit. But yes, this show would have done it in this very obvious way where the music changes and everyone would have known who was watching. It would
be written on a card.
Whatever. Like memory, yes. Yeah. But I thought No Blaine's dad was interesting too, because there's a whole plot with Don E in this.
Yeah, no Blaine's dad, no Don E, no girl with her syringe.
Don E we do
have.
Oh,
no, yeah.
That's what I mean. And so
that was a weird thing with Don E.
Yes, that was super weird and I loved it.
But that was Donnie, as far as I understood, going out doing his job like he was supposed to convert more people to zombies, so they'll go and spend money at his bar.
Yes. But they go back to the bar and they do stuff, and Blaine's dad's never involved to talk to or do anything because they couldn't afford to credit him on all the episodes in the season or something like that. Some weird thing happened. But Donnie goes to that drug dealer guy who's been on the show before. I think it's the same guy because he has a weird face. And
was that the one that was? Wait a minute.
I think he was one of Major's kids.
Oh, was he?
I think.
Interesting.
Right?
I was trying to place it just now because I didn't even think of it then. I thought there was also going to be a thing where Donnie was going to be like, all right, I'm going to start selling my drugs again. Like, I was like, is he doing that? And I'm like, oh, no, he's just following orders. weird
Well,
shit.
but it was his fucking line. Hey, you want to be a zombie? It's rad, I swear. That fucking thing. It was so good. It was so good. He's so good at being so bad at being like bad or whatever you want to call it. Like it's this perfect fucking. Like, he's an idiot. It's great, but not like dumb idiot. Just like a. What do you want to call it?
He's a straight shooter.
Oh, it's amazing.
I thought it was weird that Ravi didn't even make. I understand it was a sentimental time where Major's like going out, but he didn't mention like, hey, where's that other shot?
Look at this circled note here that you probably can't
read that at all. That's words.
They not it's your hand. I can't read that. It's in words. No, so like they don't even notice that he doesn't have the syringe, and
no, because he grabbed a new one from his wallet.
And you might think, hey, that's fine, except that in the same episode, Ravi, because Liv's like, I'm worried about Major. Why is he on a mission? That's dumb, and it is dumb. But then Ravi
calls out, don't worry, he has
a fucking syringe. So he goes from don't worry, he's got a syringe to like, hey, where's your syringe? They don't say like, oh, I landed.
No, but it's super dumb because it's not like you can later on go, oh, Major, where was it? His memory will be gone forever.
Okay, perfect. I was gonna say, like, it's also dumb because you have so few of them, right?
Yeah, they have 15 left now.
Yeah, but it's fucking insane to be like it's not like there's like multiple containers or something. You can count to 17 probably without even really counting 17. You just group them quickly and go, wait a minute. Like it's very easy to know that one's missing, and there's no mention of that, and there's no mention of anything. And like you're saying, he just seamlessly takes the new syringe and goes to shoot him up with that. I thought it was super dumb and super horrible because they made all these points about like how many they have and how that's not that many and all this.
But this show is never concerned with things being stupid. Like he has a big jar full of blue brain in a workshop that has normal people in it all the time. Does no one go like, "Hey, what's this in the barber solution? Like, what's going on?"
What are all these? What are all these feral albino rats and brains and tubes? And Ravi's like, "That's my research. It's fine." Yeah.
No, it is not fine.
Where did CDC chick go too?
She's gone now forever.
CDC. I call her CDC lady because I'm classy. They were boffing.
If
and
anybody
now she's
should
gone
be talking
forever.
about like looking for brains, she literally was like, "Oh, with brains in its intestine. What's that? Is that brain over there?
Wait a minute.
Why do all these cadavers have their heads chopped open with their brains missing?
Yeah,
are you in on this?
That's not standard operating procedure.
Had to weigh the brain, hobby.
No, I've got away the brain and then I flush it down the toilet. This is only sanitary.
What else you got there?
Highlights of the show.
Sure.
Be a good little sketch bitch.
Yeah.
Made me chuckle. I thought she did a pretty good job again. I think she does generally okay with a lot of these things for how.
Oh yeah, a lot of the things I really hate aren't her performance per se. It's mostly that like I'm like, why are they writing this?
I was gonna say like it usually comes down to like word choices or like the flow of the episode or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think generally speaking, most people are doing an okay job.
Sure. And I don't know how much this is coming directly from the comic or not. So like it might not even be the writer's fault that much. It might be a different writer's fault.
I think it's always the writer's fault.
Well, it's a writer's fault for sure.
Well, but I mean, there's a guy on YouTube who's I think he's just really into editing, but he was talking about because he like made a video about all these editing problems with like a certain movie, and then people were like, that's not an editing problem. That's like a writing problem or like a like directing problem. And his like standpoint was, well, the editor always has the choice to like cut it out. Or like find a different take, or like change it, or just drop that whole thing, or something like that.
Yeah.
So my standpoint here is like a lot of these things, even if they're following the comic, they're making a bad decision. And this is your TV show, and you got to fucking bring it home.
I wonder how long the comic ran for. I wonder like at what point are they gonna?
The comic was 6 issues. It doesn't even have Clive in it.
I wonder.
I actually do want to know, and I think after this season, I'm gonna go poking around and just get a sense because I haven't Googled anything.
Sure.
It's nothing. Second part of that, be a little sketch bitch, was no noodles, just broth, and then like the look.
Well, he was totally into it. He says she's single, right?
The look on his face of like what the fuck? No, I wanted that, and also like, oh yeah, you're a. Yeah. Oh, I have been a bad boy. All that fucking shit.
I do like the
That's awesome.
It was Snapchat. Why did you not screenshot this?
Yeah, and then says it again. And what's the reason this time he didn't screen cap it? And she's like, shut up. No,
just draw it, you sketch bitch.
Did you have any things like that? Any things that made you not want to kill yourself?
Nothing.
Or made you want to not kill yourself?
Always want to die.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so that was this episode of iZombie. Let us know in the comments below what you think about it. Don't down to fire, and we'll see you next time.